And looks like lag spike at the start, but we're good. Alright. Alright, everybody. We're in our first game. It's the TSL4 qualifier. And yeah. And that's just probably him explaining the lag, because I literally just logged on to this thing before this whole thing started. Okay, so we are now officially getting this begun. It is a TSL4 qualifier. It is the European and North American server. I think it's now the fourth one. I think yesterday was officially the third one. So we're going to be getting into this game, specifically spawning directly on top of DuSt.SnO from Dust Gaming. Actually, you know what? I had all my health bars on always. Let's go ahead and change that up. Alright, cool. Now it looks a little cleaner. So we got DuSt.SnO being the purple Zerg in the bottom left, going up against Soulglider, who is the red Protoss in the top right. We are playing on TSL4 Daybreak, and this is going to be a very, very fun game. Soulglider actually does not have a team. I asked him specifically before this game started. DuSt.SnO is on Dust Gaming, which is a very strong team that is kind of little bit less known. They're in the ESCA and they're doing quite well, and they've actually taken some games off of some top teams. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while since I actually looked at the ESCA brackets and all that, but Dust Gaming has had some nice wins under their belt, and Snow is one of their Zerg players that is representing, well, Dust Gaming. Quickly, I'm just going to check something, and that would be the... Alright, cool. I'm not dropping any frames, so I think it's all just my BNet lagging a little bit. But we can always go to zanderfever.tv/vote for you guys if you would like to do that. That would be much appreciated, as it will allow some nice numbers to pop in here in the bottom left that will show who you guys think is going to be winning. And as of right now, we're just watching a little bit of delaying going on. Soulglider, oh, he's got to get that pylon down. If he's going to, yeah, will he? He does, but he may lose the no, yes, no, yes, no. Oh, don't turn too sharply. Don't turn too sharply. Alright, cool. He's getting his shields back. So we're going to head over to the third. So you'll successfully block natural expansion for a little bit. The pool is done. And we've got the forge actually close to being done. So we could theoretically see some attempted cannons, but it would be destined to fail. But the Nexus is being thrown down at pretty much the normal timing. And we're having Gateway or probably the cannon being thrown down over here or here or something along those lines. But just we're looking right here, DuSt.SnO has gotten down his hatchery, so all is looking to be quite well at the start of this game, and a little bit of harassment this thing is going to be starting. And once this is down, we'll probably see the hatchery go up, unless we're going to see Snow go for some weird crazy cheese. But he's a strong macro player, he's a high masters player, and I'm really expecting him to just play completely standardly. Soulglider, know nothing about him, never seen him before in my life. But I think that's cool. We're going to see him go against someone who's on a top team, and that's always fun to check out. I mean, who knows what he's going to be able to do. He may go ahead and surprise us all with something interesting. For example, his building placement actually strikes me as very interesting. He seems to be using the Nexus as part of the wall. If he just fills this up with a pylon, that's actually something I've never really seen people do on Daybreak. People usually go for the full wall going all the way across here, and they end up having a pylon or another gateway here. So theoretically, we could see Soulglider put a pylon here and another gate here, but that will leave this hole kind of awkwardly open, and we might see Snow just go right by it at some point. And maybe get if he gets maybe 6 slings, 4 to 6 lings, he could just go across over here, but instead he's going to pull back right before he ends up losing a ling. Good job there. Alright, so Snow is just continuing to macro up. He still does not have any gases, though. There's no gases from him, and if you take a look at the main base, Soulglider has actually been mining his gas for a little bit of time. He's got enough to throw down any next level tech structure he wants. So he also has not started his +1 weapons, which is a pretty standard thing to go on for the start. Because a lot of people like to do things with gateways and +1 at the start. It's a really strong way to go about just going for opener that can be aggressive and put the Zerg on its toes. But if looking around here, it's showing like he may be going for something like Stargate or something along those lines that could be interesting. And looks like we actually have a Twilight Council being thrown down. A Twilight Council this early kind of says Dark Templar. It's unlikely that you would go for a Blink Stalker build with the Twilight Council that early, unless you're going to go for a very awkward time and try and hit with Blink Stalkers at, what, 9 minutes or something? That'd be really, really weird. Plus, there's no weapons attack or any kind of upgrades going down. And if you are going to be going for the Blink Stalkers, what you usually do is go for the Twilight Council when your forge is halfway done or so with your +1 attack, because that would then allow you to get your +2 started when your Twilight finishes, and then you start getting Blink at that same time. Now we're having gates going down. We have more than enough gas to get out a Dark Templar Shrine. Are we going to see it? Yep, there's a Dark Templar Shrine, including an Idle SCV. Okay, no more Idle Probe, and I called it an SCV. First game of the day, guys. This stuff is early in the morning for me, so that's kind of my excuse on that one. But here we have the proxy pylon in play, and let's check out to see if SnO may be ready for this or not. We've got the lair beginning. Alright, so he's going to have the ability to get Overseers. We've got Roach Warren and Evo Chamber, so he's got the ability to get Spore Crawlers down. But as far as scouting goes, his Overlord is looking like it's getting ready to go ahead and just sacrifice itself into the main base like it normally would, but it's got to go in. Oh yes, it's going to see the gateways going down, and it's going to look at the Twilight Council. Is it going to see the Dark Shrine? Because it really should, because it's heading right there. There's the Dark Shrine. Will it get selected by SnO? I'm looking for the purple around it, and hopefully he's... Yep, there we go. We just saw the click. He just clicked on that, saw the Dark Shrine, and we should be seeing Evo Chamber throwing down the... Evo Chamber throwing down... No, Drone's throwing down the Spore... Oh, God, Drone. Okay, there we go. Spore Crawler is now being thrown down at that natural. At the third, we see another Spore Crawler there, so we should be seeing a nice bit of defense down there. But oh, look at this! Soulglider is actually starting to push in, and he's going to be aggressive in attacking this, and these couple zealots are going to do a fair bit of harassment on their own. So far, we've seen that 4 or 5 drones have been taken out. We're going to see possibly a 6th drone getting taken out. We're actually going after a Roach. That's not going to be a good battle for that zealot. So there we see actually a little bit of harassment successfully done. We have 3 DTs that are now here going across the map, and they're going to be encountering some defense. We've got Roaches in play, and we're looking forward as Spine Crawler Roaches are continuing to move in. But here we have the Overseer encountering all the... Oh, he lets that DT go by. This DT is going into the main base. It's going to get chased, but with this DT down here, we're still going to be having some damage being done by the one down here, but it should get picked off by the Queen. The one in the main base just died as well, as it did get chased down, and we see no more extra drones getting taken down. Alright, so that's actually pretty well handled by SnO. We see he's got a significant lead in both the army and the workers, which is really good for him. I mean, look at that. It literally is almost 5 times the amount of army as Soulglider. Soulglider has now lost a ton because those DTs managed to do nothing. But now we're having the +1 going down. We've got Blink as a very nice follow-up that just now completed, and we're going to be hitting into a 7-gate attack with maybe +1. +1 may not actually be done in time. Oh, it's actually level 2. He already has his +1 down. I didn't even see that, so good job there. So now running around, we're looking at this stuff as... I think we're going to see this go down, but he's basically looking around for any follow-up. And it's just with the extra gateways, he's going to realize all he needs to do is get some spines, some more roaches, maybe a couple of lings, because he's very stalker heavy, and he'll be pretty solid. A few lings added on to this roach army will add so much entertainment power, because it'll just nullify a lot of these stalkers, and it'll just be running forward, and they're going to be blinking and swiping and slashing and stabbing and using their good old Zergy claws, and it's actually really effective against the stalkers, so no reason not to mix in those Zerglings unless you want to go pure Roach, which is good if you can just get them all moving forward and to try and get into that ball that can one-shot a lot of the stalkers, because if you can one-shot the stalkers, it completely nullifies the ability for them to blink, because they can't blink when they're dead. They blink when they get damaged, but if you one-shot them, they're dead. But now we're actually seeing Archon and Blink Stalkers. This is a pretty powerful combination of units. The Archons do a good job at tanking, but they can get easily one-shotted by all of these Roaches. But they're mainly here to actually deal with the Lings. The Lings are good against the Stalkers, are not good against the Archons, but we are seeing a good mix of Ling Roach and a nice lead in the food count for SnO. But we have a whole lot of stalkers here. That's a lot of micro capabilities that Soulglider has. And it looks like we should be seeing... Oh, Snow's going to go for a little bit of a flank. This is going to be really interesting. There's a lot of creep down here that's going to be really helpful for defending this. And now we're seeing Snow putting forward. We're going to see both Archons go down immediately. Now we're seeing the big ball of stalkers getting hit by the big ball of roaches. And there are the couple Lings that did an amazing job of actually tanking. You see some more Lings are still there. And we're just going to be watching as this... as we're going to see the Protoss Overseer go down, but there we're going to go, and there's actually 3 more Overseers. Snow does not want an Overseer to get sniped, and all of a sudden have DTs becoming super effective against this army, but there is the force blink back, and Snow will retreat. He is defending this rather nicely. He's actually going to encounter more Stalkers. They should be able to blink behind this, but their blink cooldown, there we go. They will be able to successfully retreat. Good concave and army mission from Soulglider right now. We're watching as more and more is getting lost by Snow, but still the units lost tab is still in favor of Snow, with Soulglider having lost more than Snow. But look at, oh wow, Snow's hitting a lot of buttons, but so is Soulglider. So they're moving along quite nice, and look at this, we actually have Infestors on the way, and they're going to be pivotal in terms of actually being able to dissipate these blinks. Without the blinks, they're going to be pretty much dead, them being the Stalkers, and I kind of expected that to happen, but we've got a nice set of more Warplanes, a lot of Zealots actually, and a couple of Dark Templar. It's a nice little mix into there, but they're already dead. So right now, Snow is looking like he should be able to take this game, because this army of Soulglider is doing absolutely nothing. We're going to have 4 Stalkers and try and do a little bit of harassment, but there is a Spine Crawler as well as a Queen here to help defend. And look at all those Lings, and they're on creep. These guys no longer have their blink cooldown done, and there's a full surround by a ton of Lings, and Soulglider needs to actually start blinking these guys away, but he will do that directly into roaches. And there is the GG well played. Most definitely GG well played indeed, and that is the first game of today's TSL4 qualifier, and it goes into favor of DuSt.SnO rather nicely. And with that, we got more games. This is just game 1. Let's continue moving on in this qualifier, and we've got so many more players, including Evil Genius's Huck, that is going to be in here, and I definitely want to try and cast some of him.